I know so much about this guy, and he is just like one of the rarest people you could find. How rare is the learning the martial arts? Like, what would you say the percentage of from a normal person to a martial artist?
Well, everybody can learn the martial arts. Absolutely everybody. Anybody can learn it. We teach the ages 6 to 60. Okay, and everybody can learn. The oldest student I had name was Oscar, and he was 90 years old.
Anybody can learn martial
He
arts.
came. Matter of fact, he came into school at 88 years old, and he died at 90.
Wow. Too. It was.
No, well, matter of fact, I'm sorry. 88 years old. I think he died at 99, something like that. Yeah. Yeah.
That's incredible. That's
If I'm right.
incredible.
Yeah, 99 years old. He lived up to 99.
And how many students have you had in the past?
I lost count. I had over 300, way over. And plus, I taught at other schools and things like that. Thousands. I taught thousands of students. I'm well known.
Did you see an elevation in their progress between, of course, in their combat style, but also in life? Did you see an elevation there? Do you think martial arts is a good way to elevate young people and so as well as older people as well?
I think all schools should be teaching martial arts. It elevates a lot of people. The whole thing is that it helps you in your studies, your mind, your control. You can have better attitude. Discipline comes in well because you learn that through meditation. It show you how to relax your mind, how to go into your inner self and bring the best out of yourself. Okay, and that's what we teach. We teach people how to bring the best out of yourself, what they want to do. Okay, so learning martial arts, you can learn many things.
That's dope. That's dope. Um, wow, it's such a privilege having you over here.
Yeah,
Um,
it's a
what?
privilege seeing you. I mean, your job is very, compatible.
Right,
Very
right,
compatible.
right. Um, do you have any plans on starting a new school? Do you have any plans on starting a new?
Yes, I do. I'm working on a situation right now. I want to keep it, silent. But I'm working on a project right now that I should have had since they tore down the old school that we used to have, 2234. But we had a lien on it. Somebody took my lien off without permission, so, I got a suit on that.
Okay.
So we may have the new property, 2226 3rd Avenue soon. If that happens, I can create a lot of jobs for a lot of people. So, I got very big ideas and sky's the limit.
Well, I, for one, cannot wait to see that to manifestation, and I cannot wait to see, a new schools, a new bunch of students and graduates and elevated students, elevated people, especially in our community, because we need that the most.
Well, I know it'll work because I had 5 schools in the past. Okay. I had a school on 111th Street next to the Boys Club, in the projects in the basement, in the community center. I was teaching there for a few years. Then from there, I wound up teaching at 59 East 125th Street, Nicky Bond's place back in the days. I wound up teaching there. Then from there, I wound up teaching the Isidore Bernstein on 96th Street and 3rd Avenue. I taught there for 3 years.
Wow.
Then I had 2 schools in Brooklyn on Empire Boulevard. Yeah.
Wait, tell me the significance of your teachers.
The
Like your
significance.
masters.
Okay, the significance of the teachers. My teachers.
Your teachers.
Oh, Aaron Banks and Ernest Hyman.
Aaron, yes.
Aaron Banks was
Aaron Banks
Grandma-
and
yeah.
Ernest Hyman, Grandmasters.
Grandmaster Aaron Banks. He was a promoter. Also, my teacher Ernest Hyman was a promoter. So am I. We gave tournaments. Aaron Banks. He used to have the Oriental World of Self Defense. So when he had the Oriental World of Self Defense at Gleason's Arena, won that back in the 90s. And I also won the Oriental World of Self Defense in Apollo Theater
Wow.
back in 1990.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, so you know, I still kept the title. You know, that's about. I'm retired now, but basically, I'm still teaching. And Ernest Hyman, he won many tournaments. We all did. He's the world's fastest in the nunchaku. Performed for the Queen of England with the nunchakus over there in England. Very good performance. We performed together at shows with the nunchakus. I think I outspeeded him. No, seriously. A student told me that I did. They thought I was faster than him, but I didn't want to tell him that to embarrass him. You know.
Okay,
But
okay.
we both been doing the chucks for so many years, and you know, they were so dangerous. They was outlawed in New York State, New York City,
Oh, see that?
because what happened is that somebody was attacked and they had a fight with a police officer. I think a police officer killed from a guy with nunchakus, so they outlawed it.
Oh,
They that dangerous.
Oh, wow. That's incredible.
Yeah.
So, what advice would you give anybody who wants to, uh, join your school or anything in life, really, because you have so much experience?
Well, we don't take any students. Everybody have to be screened, and because learning martial arts is a deadly weapon. You become a deadly weapon, you know, and that's why I always teach martial arts for defense only. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Not for
absolutely.
attacking anybody or anything else. You know.
Absolutely.
So screening is one thing, and you have to have a good record, no criminal records. I won't teach nobody that got a criminal record.
That's important to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that is the basic criteria of your school. That's excellent. And then promoting excellence. And do you have any information they could contact you just in case,
Oh yeah, I could be contact at Manataczach Mayam at gmail.com, or if you want to contact my cell phone, my landline phone, 212-860-7676. 212-860-7677. That's it.
excellent. Now, is there anything else you would like to share about yourself before we go?
Well, I also teach the Bible.
Ah.
For those who want Bible studies or Bible teaching instructions or a breakdown of the Bible and what it means, I could do that. I taught the Israelites. I spoke in many different churches. I was a guest speaker in a lot of churches, spoke. And teaching the Bible one thing, teaching religion is another thing. I don't teach religion. I teach the truth for what it is. It's like when King James had the Bible translated. He didn't touch the Bible at all, except he says that if the translators have any questions that they could not answer, to come and bring it to him, and he will give them the final answer. So the 147 translators that was broken down, I think it was over. Yeah, there was hundreds of people appointed, but only 47 of them actually did the translation, if I'm right. 54 was appointed. 47 did the translation, or 46, something like that. And it took them 11 years. The first 3 years was just for preparation. So when they did the translation, one of the hardest questions that they came across is, it's abomination for non-Israelites to call the Most High name. Use the word heathen. The word heathen means non-Israelites.
I see.
So they said it's abomination for them to call his name. So he told King James, what name should we call the Most High name? So he said, what's the highest translation that we're using today in the English language? He said it's from the Greeks. They revered dogs for their power. And they revered it and called it God. So King James says, use that. So they wouldn't blaspheme the Most High name. So that's where you get the name God from today.
Fascinating. So you're a preacher, a martial artist. Now, just to dive in just a little bit, isn't like the Bible talks about peace and all love and all
Well, the
that
Most
kind of
High,
stuff?
that's the Most High appointed people. I believe we the Hebrew Israelites, which is the princes of power. Christ was a Hebrew Israelite. So the whole thing is that he wanted us to teach a select people to put peace and love and understanding back into the earth.
Hmm.
So right now you got so much hate, you got so much, people just self-destroy themselves. But put peace and love that can only come to truth and history and understanding. So if the Bible that we swear on is the truth, break it down to its lowest common denominator to see who all the people's talking about in the Bible, and you see who the ones the Most High chosen to put peace, love, and understanding back into the earth. That's what he really wants. We're not supposed to destroy each other. He said you're supposed to love your brother, even your enemies, with understanding. You know what I'm saying? Okay, but if he offend you, if your right eye offend you, plug it out. He's supposed to be your right hand. He's supposed to look at you. He said, brother, you got to leave. When you get better, you can come back.
Wow, that's extremely insightful.
Mm-hmm.
Um, do you have any advice for somebody who's just starting out with the Bible, like anybody who's learning the basics, anything like that?
Well, when it comes out into the Bible, you get a Bible, okay, and come to class, just start reading. It doesn't matter when you start or whatever you start. If you got a question or something, always ask questions. Always ask questions.
Okay.
Even if you don't have a question, find a question to ask. It'll come. Because once you start asking questions, you can get answers. Okay, you can build up into answers for yourself.
Excellent, man. That is doctor.
Yeah. And bring a pen and a book and a note so you can take notes. Okay.
So right in front of me, I have not only a world champion martial artist, but a preacher, someone who knows the Bible, someone who could decipher the Bible and explain it and break it down. I mean, what kind of
The Most High say He's raising a nation of priests.
and what does that mean?
That means all His people who He loves are priests. We can teach the truth from history, from Adam to Christ until now. We should be able to break all that stuff down so it's practical knowledge. Okay?
Got you. So I actually agree with you, because I think if you're a priest and you understand that you should be, if you're a priest, you should be able to break down the Bible word for word, scripture to scripture, and you're not gonna get any better than that. You're not gonna get any better truth than someone who understands what the scriptures are saying. Thank you so much for coming in and speaking with me.
You're welcome.
Love
Yeah.
to invite you back. Probably.
I would love to come back. Yes.
Yeah. Now we gotta plan that. Now I also understand, before I let you go, I also understand that you're also a DJ. I used to be a DJ back in the day. Can we hear about that?
Yeah, back at the Harlem Karate Institute, we had so much space back there. We built that place up from scratch and never got paid for our work. But what happened is that put down parquet floors, light fixtures, wiring, paint jobs, sheetrock. We did the whole thing because half of the ceiling was missing from the place when we first built it. And like we did so much work over the years, it's incredible. And like getting back to your question, okay, as far as the schools and everything DJing, we had the ballroom. Because we had the ballroom was an occupancy of 750 people. So we use our black belts for security. That's how it works out.
See that. Use the students for security. So whenever they get out of line, you already know it's all on the pop.
We always
you ain't got nothing to worry about.
We always had 7 black belt security there. Okay, we had the bodybuilding gym in the back. We also had the dance class. The kitchen was the Garland Grill. We had the sauna. Okay, we had two bathrooms for men and women with seven, you know. Yeah,
That
we
is
had
amazing.
also we had showers too,
Nice.
and we had the room in the back where they filmed The Last Dragon, Barry Gordon production. That was filmed in the back there. I did a little choreograph on the scene with Timex where they got kicked in the face because when it looked so phony at first, I said, "No, there's no record. When you kick him, you gotta, That was my scene.
Oh man, you do everything, man. You do everything.
And
This
if
is
they
a
needed
perfect
extra scripts,
example of,
I was
of
on.
great.
I was the one who was printing up the scripts for them, so that so they had a script on the listing, so everything was working out fine. Also, when it came to DJing, we oh man, I was a house DJ. I was called DJ Jive 5. And the club, the students, they named it B&B. That was a secret name we had, B&B, Club B&B. Because what they call it, the reason why they call it B&B, they call it bums and bitches.
Oh my goodness! No,
Excuse my French.
man.
The reason why it's the cheapest place you can go to and have a good time without, and that's why.
I miss those. I miss those places where you can like have a good time and not spend so much money. We need to bring those back.
Yeah, we had a lot of
Bring
good
those
guys
times
there.
back.
We had Red Alert there, Dougie Fresh. Everybody played in the club there. Red Alert. We had the back to back, me and Red Alert, DJ Jive 5, Red Alert. My brother DJ Dollar Bill, he was cutting it up many times. We had Pebbly Pooh, Queen Latifah there, Queen Latifah. We had a lot of big stars in the place. We also had Spectre Sunshine crew. So you had a lot,
Those old,
and you had then you had,
old school.
and
Old
also
school.
we had a
Talk
lot
about the old school days.
we had a lot. We had the Persuaders there. We had groups there. We had a lot of bands there. We had Mexican bands. We had all kind. We let all kind of groups come in and play. Spanish band, black bands, club bands. Everything they had everything going there. We was a number one spot
That's amazing.
where you can go to and have a good time and go home and talk about it.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Man, I'm sure they had a lot of fun. I'm sure they was.
It was very inspirational, and.
The Jive 5, that sounds very familiar. Why does that sound so familiar?
Because there's a group called the Jive 5 from doo-wops back in the days. One of my favorite doo-wop groups. And I met Mr. Pitts in his club in the Bronx because I did a show and my council said Jive 5 disco on it back in the day. So when I took a break and let my partner DJ Kike, he's also called Pac-Man. So when I took a break, I was sitting down next to him. I didn't even know that was a head singer for the Jive 5 group. So he was sitting right next to me. He's like, "Oh, I got one question for you." With that deep voice, he said, "Yes." He said, "Are you you the Jive 5? Or before I ask you that, how many people you got in your group?" I said, "It's just me and Kike. That's it. It's just us two." He said, "Are you the Jive 5? I said, "No, I'm not the Jive 5. I'm DJ Jive 5. He said, "Oh, I just want to make sure we don't have a lawsuit." I said, "Oh, you the guy?" Oh, he said, "Just keep cool." I said, "Cool." I said, "Okay, cool." I said, "Oh, I'm just sitting right next to the guy. Look at this." It was fantastic,
Nice.
It was very exciting to meet him.
That's
I'm
excellent.
going to miss him because I love all his songs.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Shout outs to the Jive.
The Jive 5, yeah.
Right,
I'm
right,
DJ
right,
Jive
right.
5, right. Uh-huh.
You gotta make that differentiation. got to. You don't want to get
Yeah,
mixed up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I want to thank you so much for coming out here. Our time has been too short, but guess what? I want to invite you maybe to show us some of your skills in the equipment. Maybe give us a little demonstration. But we would definitely love for you to come back out here.
Sounds good.
Nice.
Okay,
nice,
definitely.
Nice.
Okay, peace and blessing. Peace out.
All right, this has been Harlem Radio 115, where we talk to the most elevated circumstances that we want to actually dive into and keep in mind here, because we talk about elevation in everything, whether it be your social life, your love life, your spiritual life, or your normal life. So stay tuned to Harlem Radio 115 to get the scoop. All right, peace.
Nice.
Harlem Radio 115 to Harlem Radio 115.